Alright, hey there Prox Gaming Crew, and this is Proxify here, and welcome back to the Ocarina of Time Let's Play. And if you did miss out during the last one, well, we now finally became Adult Link, and now it's time to go and do some exploration around within the Hyrule Field as an adult. Now, within this episode for today, we are of course going to be exploring around within the Hyrule Field, and we're going to start making our way on into where Kakariko Village is going to be, and we're also going to go and start heading on our way as well to where the Lon Lon Ranch is going to happen, so that we can at least get ourselves with the Epona and finally be able to go and ride around with Epona throughout the Hyrule Field and be able to reach on over towards to all the other different destinations that we've been to before as young Link a little bit quicker as well. But I know that within the way of how I do my videos, I'll still be doing the same type of editing that I've been doing out here so far throughout the series, so you guys won't have to go and see me have to travel a little bit throughout all the other different places that we go and start heading off into with. But here within the way of where the market is, within being the adult, remember the area where that soldier was at here within this place? I believe this is where you can get yourself with a Skulltula. Well, there is this guy now that's going to be here. That's going to be the Poe guy, and every time that you go and find one of those big Poes, I think there's like a total of like 5 or 7. I think that's how many that they're supposed to be. I could be wrong, but I'll probably put like maybe like a blip or something within this part of this actual video. But we will be able to go and see them while we start like walking around and other things. You'll be able to go and spot them out from there. But if you do have a bow and arrow with you, and if you do go and actually strike them down and put them into the bottle, you'll be able to actually get yourself with some free nice good rupees from that certain Poe guy. Now if you actually don't go and deliver all of the different Poes that's going to be around within Hyrule Field, I believe he actually gives you a heart piece as well. But now since we're all the way over here to where the Lon Lon Ranch is going to be, it seems like Ingo is actually going to be going and taking over the actual ranch that happens within our time. And he actually does say that apparently it looks like Ganondorf went and helped them actually get this ranch, because it seems like from before, when we were young Link, I think, what was his name? Talon was actually in charge of the actual ranch that was actually taking over here. But yeah, so this guy is a greedy, very greedy type of scumbag that's going to be here, and he's going to be wanting 10 rupees so that we can go and meet up with Epona. Now there is different horses that you can go and ride around within this area, but the one horse that you do want to go and find is actually use the Epona song and actually call out for Epona. And you can actually be able to go and traverse around a little bit within this area and get some practice. Now, I believe what you have to go and do here is I actually have to go and run around the little racetrack that's around here and go through the different obstacles for a little bit. And after a little bit of some time, you should be able to then go and, basically re-speak on over to where Ingo is going to be. And he's going to actually want you to actually go and challenge him to a race. But again, the greedy scumbag is going to actually want you to actually give him, I think, what is it, like 50 some odd amount of rupees from there. So yeah, so he did say that we are getting better. And so after all the times that we've been going through this obstacle, now, basically, what's going to happen here is that we have to go through Ingo's race twice. That's going to happen. So, let's go and do this again. Now, at some point, I think we are going to have to go and do this, I think, for his 3rd time, right? And I think that's going to probably be with Talon. And I think there's going to be a little bit more obstacles, not like just like what was happening with inside the actual ranch part that was happening in there with all those horses. But I think later on, Ingo and Talon, I want to say, are going to set up around different obstacles outside of the actual ranch, so you want to be a little bit careful there. And I think that's how we're going to get ourselves with a heart piece, I think, later on within the actual game. But for right now, I just want to go and pick up with Epona, and that's what's going to happen. So yeah, so now this man's like literally just freaking out at this point, saying that we already went and beat him already. But now he wants to have for a second race, and now this is going to be a winners takes all match now. But again, as what we already kind of went and saw from before from the first race, it's going to happen again, and we're going to get ourselves with another W. Now, remember back in the last episode, I want to say that Sheik actually explained about something about heading off into where Kakariko Village is going to be. Well, that's where we're going to have to go off to next, once we actually do go and take care with this whole Epona situation, because once we head off into Kakariko Village, we'll be able to then go and start reaching on our way to meeting up with the Song of Storms guy. And he's going to give the actual OST, or the actual song, for the actual Song of Storms, so that we can actually start heading off into the bottom of the well as, of course, as young Link, which I believe you can only do that actual certain dungeon as only for young Link. That can happen. I don't think you can actually go and head there as adult Link, because that does not really work. Now, technically, you can actually glitch the game and you can actually head into there as adult Link, but you can only reach it only so far until you actually have to go and have to do some crawling, which the only one person that's only capable of crawling so far is Link. So that, well, I should say young Link. So that's basically about there. So yeah, so now Ingo is going to be really rude out here, and he's actually going to go and actually close the door on us so that we can never go and physically escape. Now you do need a lot of power to actually go and jump over that fence. So make sure that you at least have like 2 different bars of the carrot power that you actually do have from what you have with Epona. So now Epona is in our control now, and now, whenever we do want to go and call out Epona, you can always use the Epona song, and Epona will always go and run up to where you're going to be, so it's always very nice there. So here we are, finally at Kakariko Village, and let's see how 7 years has passed around here at Kakariko Village and see if anything has changed. Now, I know that this is already at nighttime, so I know that there's not a whole lot of people out here, but yeah, it seems like, unfortunately, that one guy that was kind of sleeping near the tree, he's not even there anymore, right? Because I'm pretty certain that's like a young Link specialty type of quest that we have to go for that one, because I don't think he's actually there within here in this part. Now, we'll know a little bit more about what happens with that guy, though, because I know that I do remember about what happens with them later on throughout that little quest, but I don't really want to go and spoil off too much type of stuff for you guys, though. If you never actually wanted to ever jump foot into an actual Ocarina of Time game, though. But here's this guy, the Song of Storms dude, that has also appeared up in Majora's Mask as well. Now, normally, I think you actually get Song of Storms, I think, a little bit earlier in that game of Majora's Mask, right? Instead of actually here in Ocarina of Time, because, like, here, we have to, like, wait until we get Song of Storms until, like, halfway throughout this whole entire game. But, here we go. Let's go and finally learn about this. Now, he actually does say something very important throughout this whole entire part of the dialogue. And he said there was some kid back 7 years ago that actually had an ocarina and apparently did something that was really crazy that happened around. And we don't know exactly whatever happened during that 7 years, like with the whole young Link situation with this guy, though. But apparently he wants to give us the Song of Storms anyways, but we're going to have to go and use that as young Link for when we go and return back to the normal Kakariko Village that we went and saw from before. Yeah, unfortunately this area is really dang annoying because later on I think there is going to be like I don't know if there's like somewhat of like a small dungeon that happens around there. I know that that area normally takes you from the Dompe race that happens, which we do have to go and do that for a heart piece, but I'm pretty sure that leads you from the Dompe race to actually head out into that particular part of Kakariko Village there. And I think you could actually get yourself that extra heart piece just from inside that lighthouse, or not lighthouse, but inside the windmill area. But if you guys remember this part here, there is a secret hole that is just around within this way. Now, I don't think you can actually pick this up as young Link. I'm not too familiar if you could actually do this as young Link. But if you do go and throw a bomb just around here in the just in the middle area of where this place is going to be, and put it down, you should be able to go and find a Deku Scrub that's actually showing up around within this area, and he will actually go and give you a heart piece, but you have to go and pay him only 10 rupees, which I think that seems kind of ridiculous, but you know what? If we need to go and collect with all these heart pieces, we have to go and do it anyways, so why not? And of course, I always go and miss. But you know what? It's just pretty nice that we actually do have this this Hylian shield with us, because you know what? This Hylian shield does not take any damage because we're not playing Tears of the Kingdom. I know, that's so crazy. I can't believe like the Hylian shield, even in like Tears of the Kingdom, actually takes damage as well too, even though that is supposed to be like the best type of defense mechanism within the game for Tears of the Kingdom anyways, because it has like 90 plus like defense power or something, and even still it even gets destroyed. It's just that the one item that hardly ever gets destroyed is, well, literally the Master Sword there. It does run out of charge power though, but you have to wait like, I think, what's it, like 20 minutes or so for it to go and like recharge back up. Which I think that seems a little bit ridiculous as well too. But we're here back over at Lake Hylia doing some exploring around within here. And if you guys go and see, Lake Hylia is not really the same type of place as it was before 7 years, well, in the past, right? So I don't know what the heck happened here. See, it was like Ganon when it like drained all the water. Now, I thought normally you're actually supposed to actually go and use the Song of Storms to actually go and refill up this whole entire area, but I guess you can't really go and do that yet. I know that there's supposed to be like a Triforce spot or something that you're supposed to like interact with, and then that's supposed to like help you out there. But yeah, so let's go and actually see what's supposed to happen here, and I don't think that's gonna really work because we actually have to find the actual correcting spot for it to literally happen around here. Yeah. Now, there is a Triforce spot that's actually located within this spot, however, but we need to actually have the specialized teleporting song, though, because that's the only area that actually has that Triforce spot. Is that anytime that we actually reach into any of these other special temples as Adult Link, these are going to directly take us right on into some of the teleportation spots that are going to happen, because like the Blare of Fire, the Nocturne of Shadows, all those different other type of like OSTs that we're going to have to go and find within our ocarina, those are our teleportation songs, but we need to have one for Lake Hylia. But however, I think we are going to be almost about to get ourselves all finished and done with here within this episode for today. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll be seeing you guys in the next one for Yokai Watch 4. And yeah, and stay tuned for that. And of course, peace.